Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to episode 5 of The Athletic Edge, hosted by yours truly, Xavier Farhan. Today, we have a very special guest in Asif Hussain, all the way from Bangladesh, here as a representative of the SAFF Federation. How are you, Asif? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm great. And obviously, SAF Federation is, one of the bigger federations on the rise. And, their main objective is to grow football into Southern Asia. So, first of all, I would like to congratulate you for being able to join the FIFA Master Program. How does it feel being one of the participants in that?
Well, first of all, Farhan, thank you for inviting me. It's great to be here in your show. Well, FIFA Masters is still like a dream come true. I'm still getting used to it. That I made it. It's been quite a journey, to be specific. 5 years. I got the offer in 2020, but did not get a scholarship. But we had COVID, and times were very different. We were living at a very different time. A bit upset during that time, but we were just lucky to survive, and
Weren't we all?
alhamdulillah, we are here, and the bad times have gone. But after that, I just continued doing what I did, tried to explore as much as possible. Since I joined the sports industry in 2018, there's nobody from Bangladesh in AFC or FIFA, so I did not have any role model or anybody to look up to. But in this generation, we have so many sources. If you want any information, there are a lot of people to help you out. So I chose LinkedIn as the way to go, and I reached out to a lot of people from FIFA, AFC, and there have been a lot of people that has supported me and encouraged me to go forward. So I think I made it because of their guidance and support, and of course, the platform given by SAFF, that I could have. I did so much, and still, I'm just feel I'm getting started. Very much looking forward for the course which starts next month. I'm still in a lot of things like what to pack, what not to pack. Still waiting for my Italian visa, but looking forward to meet all my classmates who are coming from 25 different countries, from different backgrounds. So waiting to hear from their experiences. Three different universities, a lot of guest representatives will be coming. So I'm hoping to get a lot of knowledge and networks and bring all those in, and hope to serve the South region as much as possible with that.
Yeah,
So
because
really
yeah.
happy.
Yeah, because a lot of people here, me concerning I live in the Middle East, a lot of people don't know what the FIFA Master is, and I actually myself had to do a bit of research according to what that role is, and it's quite interesting. Something that hopefully in the future I would like to go for as well, because it seems quite an interesting path. Obviously, you have to go through 3 countries, and you learn truly what's happening in that sporting world. You get intel which you wouldn't be able to get in other sources. So I'm very proud. I'm happy for you that you're able to go through this. Also, mashallah, have had the opportunity to work with some of the biggest names in South Asian Football Federation. What has that experience been like that for you?
Well, just to add to the FIFA Masters, of course, a lot of people still don't know it is still this is the 24th edition, which is going to start. So when I started my career, I was started as a liaison officer, and I started exploring, talking to the match commissioners and the people, and then I got to know about the FIFA Masters. So when I heard the name FIFA Masters, it just struck me, and I instantly went to Google and started researching and knowing, and I had the target. And I would encourage everybody who's interested in sports and wants to have a career in sports to do pursue it. It's just not for people who are in sports background. It's open for everybody. Doesn't matter whether you know a sports profession or whether you are working in different kind of industry. It's open for all. The FIFA Masters, the CIES website has all the information. If you get hooked to it, you get information, everything right there. So we need more sports professional in South Asia specifically. because if you want to move ahead, we need more sports professional. And of course, right now there is a gap. We cannot deny that with European and Asian market. And if you want to close the gap, we need more professional in this industry.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we're definitely heading into the right path. Because as I'm getting onto a very good point here, because the SFF championship that just happened in India, it was a great success because and I mean, surprisingly, we're a region which is dominated by other games like cricket, hockey. Stadiums were filled out in India for the games. Like 25,000 people were there in the India versus Kuwait game. So it's great to see. I mean, as a representative of SAFF as well, you should feel great about how the crowds are turning up to these games and these sort of tournaments.
Well, without the crowd, no sports is fun. And I think even the sports players, as an organizer, for volunteers, that atmosphere is only created by fans. And we, without fans, there's no sports. It's no fun. And it was very challenging. We had two teams, Lebanon and Kuwait, participating for the first time in SAFF competition. um, it was quite difficult because the championship happened in non-FIFA days. So getting teams were pretty difficult, but we were very fortunate, and thanks to Kuwait and Lebanon Federation to accept our invitation. And a lot of credit has to go to All Indian Football Federation for organizing the competition in such a great manner. And the fans, while I had some time, I was just roaming around in the free time, and I was seeing the fans getting in, small kids going in, taking pictures. And once you start seeing those, you feel good that you're part of it. All your effort, those countless moments where things were going that this and that was happening, but the South Secretariat, you like up all night. They All Indian Football Federation, communications. I have to get a lot of credit to the Indian government, Pakistan government, due to the visa.
Yes.
It was again shown that sports unites, and we have seen the Pakistan come in. It was last moment they came in. All the teams were pretty tired, but none of the players or staffs complained. They went in, played, enjoyed the game, and I think it was appreciated by every people there, just for the effort of coming and playing on the same day. So that was a great sportsmanship by the Pakistan team and the Indian government and AFF, working on it. So that was amazing to see.
Yeah, I'm sure you made a great point there where, it's sports that should not be able to divide the countries. It should unite them. And, as a Pakistani myself, I was very happy that the squad had made it over to India and played in the tournament, albeit it didn't go our way. But I was very happy that the tournament, Pakistan participated because obviously football in Pakistan has struggled a lot in the past years with, the ban with FIFA. So it's great to see that, we're making some sort of resurgence into the footballing genre. So, obviously, talking about the qualifiers as a Bangladeshi yourself, if they were to beat Maldives, where actually Maldives have beaten Bangladesh 5 out of the last 7 times they had faced off, then they would be able to go into a group with Australia, Lebanon, and Palestine. I mean, do you fancy your chances to be able to make it out of that group and provide a miracle and go further into the qualifiers?
Well, as a Bangladeshi, I always want them. I would love to see them, but if you talk as a SAF representative, it's either going to be Maldives and Bangladesh, making it. So one of the South Asian countries making it to the qualifiers. But if you see the recent counter with Maldives in the SAF Championship, Bangladesh, did come back, and they
Yeah.
have some potential, very good potential players with Mosaline and Fahim coming up. Fahim played in under 18, so I've seen his progress over the years. I think recently, I believe Bangladesh have said the Bangladesh Football Federation is having a friendly match with Afghanistan, keeping the Maldives as a preparation for the Maldives match. Well, if they do make it, I believe the counter with Lebanon in the South Championship, it was a very, very, very interesting match, with Lebanon and
Yeah.
Bangladesh, where they at the last, they considered a goal.
Yeah,
But that
unfortunately.
shows prospects, and of course Australia, we have known them, qualifiers. That's, but I believe, it's in sports, you never know what happens on that day.
True.
You have to believe in yourself as an athlete. They know you have a good days, bad days, but on a given day, anything can happen.
Yes.
I think, but all the teams participating in the qualifiers, will take each match at a time. India is already through in the second round, so that's good. But we'll have another five teams, hopefully, qualifying for the next round. So all the very best to all the teams, and of course, being South Asian, I want as much as participation for from South region, and want to see someone, at least one or two teams, if possible, all seven teams qualifying for the World Cup. So
Yeah,
that would be
that would be.
amazing. Let's see.
Yeah, because there are plenty of teams and there's a lot of talent, in South Asia when it comes to football, which is not recognized because of how dominant the other sports are. But if you really dig deep and do your research, you find out there are some seriously good footballers that deserve to be in the limelight. And I'm very happy that the SFF is trying their hardest to give the players the light that they deserve. To be able to shine and go to the big transfers, because we haven't seen an Indian or a Pakistani transfer over to Europe and play for a big club. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the future will go. Women competitions in the SFFF have been significant in the past few years, and is the new generation of women football going to expand the game more in Southern Asia?
I believe so. Women's the recent last year the SAFF Women's Championship was unbelievable. Um, it was raining all day,
Yeah,
and the Nepal Federation did an amazing job, especially the women groundswomen. They worked, almost day and night because it was almost unplayable condition, but they somehow made it work. Um, we have seen recent participation in women's, it has been increasing, but every now and then, in when you see under 15 or under 18 women's competition, we don't have participation that much
yeah,
from few countries. There are still some, those stigmas, participations and women participation, they're still there in South Asia.
stereotypes. Yeah,
uh, Stereotypes, and it's going to take some time, that we have to be
right.
very
Agreed.
realistic, and we have to be very patient. And with recent times, like Sabina for Bangladesh, Maria for Pakistan, there you have some role models coming up for the new generations to follow their path. You really need role models in your country in any sports, so that new generation comes up. And with prospects, we are seeing that the women's participation is increasing. um, if we talk about leagues happening in the countries, still not there, but we are seeing the member association trying their best to grow a league system, to have a proper league system, so that they get more playing time. But there's still a lot of work needs to be done for women's sports. The stereotype, education, there has to be more pathways,
Emphasis.
because
Yeah,
we have seen after a certain age, the players goes to retirement, or some injury takes place and they can't continue. So that fear that what's going to happen next, we
right.
need to close that gap as well. We can't have that fear that if tomorrow I'm going to injured, I can't provide for my family. So we have to open some other avenues as well for them.
Yeah.
We need to have more education system, for the players, for retiring players, for players who gets injured.
Hmm.
So a lot of aspect has to still be taken care of.
Right.
uh, Hopefully, slowly, I believe that we'll get there.
Yeah, because the progress that y'all have made is quite spectacular, to be honest. And it's great to see because women have struggled a lot in our culture, if we're being honest. So it's great to see that they're finally be giving, that chance to shine. And the the SAFF, sorry, is doing a great job when it comes to giving them the limelight.
i
Obviously,
think
Sri Lanka.
uh, I think
Yeah,
I think I'll add so one more thing with that.
right, right. Go
With
ahead.
SF, so we have a secretariat, and uh, we have a safeguarding culture. Child safeguarding has been taken very seriously in SAF, and it's something FIFA has introduced, AFC has introduced, and from SAFF we try to provide that culture of safeguarding, create an environment, safe environment for all youngsters playing the sports, especially for women.
Yeah.
The knowledge of safeguarding is still very new. The concept is very new, but from
Okay.
SAF, we introduced our previous, ex-colleague, of us, Fahmi the Pfizer. We introduced the competition safeguarding, which is the first in South Asia, and we try to put that knowledge of sharing that what safeguarding is. You're not alone. The atmosphere is that because that knowledge, it's important for the athletes. It's important for
Right.
the coaches. It's important for the administrator, for the academies. Because only when you create a safe space, we'll have more participation. The parents and everybody will feel more safe to tell their kids to, yes, please go and play. And
Right.
we firmly believe that, and that culture we are trying to grow as much as possible. From SAF we try every year to make sure that we, through the FIFA Forward program, we have all the competitions under 17, under 20, um, every year, and alhamdulillah, I know we have been successful in doing all the competitions. um, of course, we had our difficulties, tough times, but
Of course.
we, with the support of our MAs and AFC and FIFA, we have been successful so far, and we want to take steps more ahead, so that the competitiveness of the sports rises, and create more platforms for the players to compete in international games.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, it's a great motive, and I hope slowly and gradually you will reach that success that they deserve to have. The SAFF, sorry. And moving on, the Sri Lankan football team had been suspended from footballing activities, but they have been drawn for the qualifiers. So, do the Sri Lankan team? I mean, do they have the chance to come back sooner than later?
Well, so far, they're still under suspension, but
Yeah.
since they have been drawn, that means I believe they are working on their elections, and their match is around in October, mid October. So the suspension has to be lifted at least 2 weeks, minimum 2 to 3 weeks before the suspension. So that is like a subject to that election that FIFA has, and hopefully we want Sri Lanka removed and again back in SAF and competing in all the competitions, because Sri Lanka, as any all the seven federation, is another important aim is for SAF. And being suspended is it's not good for anybody. It's not good for sports,
Right.
neither for Sri Lanka, for neither for SAF or AFC or FIFA. And everybody's working towards that, and hopefully they will be back and will be playing the qualifiers soon. Let's see. Fingers crossed and optimistic. Something positive
Yeah.
is going to come up.
Yeah, optimistic. We should remain optimistic in this sense. And so, I mean, what's forward? I mean, what's next for the SAFF when it comes to tournaments? Um, Next up.
We still have two more competitions this year. The under 16 is happening in Bhutan from
Yeah.
1st September to the 10th of September, and the under 19 is happening in Nepal from 21st September to 30th September, and we have all the six countries participating in the competition.
That's great.
So everything is looks forward. The registration is going on. Communication with all the MAs and the host countries. So far, everything goes is looking good, and it's good that I think Pakistan Federation is going to come back in youth competition after a long time. They were last there started with SAF Women's, and we really hope that all the teams, we want all the seven teams to participate. We want to have the full cohort, and this year we have just this two competition, and we have SAF safeguarding seminar as well in this month. It's happening in Nepal, where all the MA safeguarding officers will be in Nepal, and it's a 1 day seminar. So that's we have seminars in every year. So that's the first seminar, and we'll have another seminar later this year.
Okay.
So we look good, and the next year we have. we look good. So far I can't say what are the competitions that are happening because um, this has to be approved by AC, so
Yeah.
I can't say it out loud. But it's the same process. We'll have competitions as per the SAFF's, regular ways, but we have few other things in mind to elevate the competition to the next level. SAFF Secretariat is working towards that. We have the support of AFC and FIFA. They have always been there for us. Whenever we have queries or we want something, so we feel that we are on the right track.
Yeah,
We still need a
definitely.
lot of support from a lot of stakeholders coming forward to help us. And I
That's
think
great.
it's development is journey, and we need a support of every person possible, whether it's from the government, whether it's from FIFA, or from from the European market. So when you're in a development journey, you need to look forward to people who have already gone through that process and are in a better position. So we seek guidance from a lot of different stakeholders, and inshallah, the South Asian region is gonna be there, and the countries will represent at the highest level in FIFA and AFC.
Yeah, and that's the main goal, definitely. And I mean, it's been a pleasure having you today, Asif. It was a great interview, and I would love to have you again in the future. Hope you enjoyed the episode. This is if you have any words to say.
Thank you so much, Xavier, and it was pleasure being here. And I just want to say to all the people like who loves the sports, please come forward. We need a lot of sports enthusiasts to join the industry. Don't think so much about what's going to happen. Just start the journey, take step by step. There are a lot of people who are ready to help for guidance. Just you just need to reach out. There
Uh-huh.
is guidance. You need to have patience, and inshallah, the dream of South Asian region growing and your country's flags raising high. Inshallah, we'll have that in the near future. Thank you,
Definitely.
everyone.
Yeah, this has been Zabir Farhan for the Athletic Edge. Hope you're all doing good and take care.